I think we're all here tonight in this magnificent space because we agree that gun violence is a national emergency. It's an epidemic. You heard from Dan earlier this evening. There's no way to think about it other than as a profound failure of our laws and our politics. It's claimed too many lives and ripped apart too many families and communities, and it is long past time to say enough. Enough talk, enough delay. It's time to act. Now, I wish this were as obvious to people outside this room as it is to all of you, and in particular to the Congress. But we know that's not the case. Leaders in the House and Senate won't even allow a vote on whether we should prevent people on the no-fly list from buying guns, including possible terrorists. It's just beyond one's imagination. These are people too dangerous to be let on airplanes, but Congress won't stop them from getting guns. It's just something that makes no sense. The Brady Center, however, gets it. The Brady Center has been on the forefront of this struggle. You're willing to face the facts. You're willing to name them. You're willing to keep going at this day in and day out. When we've got more than 33,000 people across America dying every year, nearly 3,000 of whom are children, there is just no reason whatsoever why we can't come together to take action. Now, I know conventional wisdom says the gun lobby is unbeatable, but that is just not true. The Brady Center proved that. Chuck Schumer proved that. My husband proved that. We have got to have the confidence, the optimism, and determination to keep moving forward on this. I will never forget that wonderful day when my husband signed the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act into law. Jim and Sarah Brady were there right by his side. It was one of the proudest moments of his presidency. And well, it should have been, because now we know that millions of guns that would have otherwise gotten into prohibited hands were stopped. But we can't rest on the past laurels. We have to finish the job and make comprehensive background checks the law of the land. I believe in closing those loopholes so guns sold at gun shows and on the internet are covered by the same rules that apply to gun stores, and in holding gun dealers and makers accountable. If they break the law, they should face the legal consequences. These are all, I believe, utterly sensible policies. Yet, despite the fact many millions of Americans agree, we can't seem to break the hold that the gun lobby has on our Congress. And some people say, well, if we want to make progress, we need to build consensus. But guess what? We already have consensus when it comes to gun violence in America. 92% of Americans support universal background checks. It's hard to get 92% of Americans to agree on anything. And so do 83% of gun owners. Despite what the gun lobby wants us to believe, the vast majority of gun owners and even gun sellers are in favor of reasonable measures to reduce gun violence. They believe in responsibility like the rest of us. So the problem is not finding common ground. The problem is politicians finding courage. The courage to take on the gun lobby, respect the will of the people, and do what it takes to save American lives. And there is no more eloquent voice than the voice of a parent who's lost a child, or a family member, a friend. Not so long ago, I met with a group of mothers who are members of that club no one wants to be part of. They each held a picture of their child and told their stories, one by one. A son killed in a car with his friends when another man told them to turn the music down, and when they didn't immediately comply, shot at them. A daughter killed at a park with her friends, minding her own business, trying to stay out of the rain just 8 days after performing with the marching band of her high school at President Obama's second inauguration. So many senseless, heartbreaking stories. And every day we see more of them as 89 more Americans die. So I know I'm preaching to the choir, but please don't give in to frustration, disappointment, or just giving up. The politics are hard and the politics are complicated, but we can do this. We can do it from the grassroots, state by state, and we can, I'm convinced, do it from the top down. That's what my plea to all of us is, to deliver finally what it will take to keep more Americans safe. So I'm very grateful for this award, but really it's all of you every single day who are doing the hard work of making sure this issue stays on the forefront of America's political agenda and on Americans' consciences. Thank you very, very much.